welcome to Lisa Marvin Art. So I wasn't planning on doing a video today, and it's gonna be a bit of a voiceover because I already did what I wanted to do, and I was just kind of playing around with small pieces. But anyways, I want to show you because it turned out to be a good lesson. I was just kind of looking for a color combo, and originally I used a dark pillow with a dark cell activator, and then I said to myself, well, actually, first I did a dark pillow with a white cell activator, didn't like it, then did dark with dark. I was like, I'm not feeling it. Let's see what happens when I do a white with a white cell activator, meaning white pillow, white cell activator. And then I said, okay, then let's see what happens when I do a white pillow and a dark cell activator. So I did 3, I guess I did 4 if I show you the first one that I really didn't like. Regardless, different options. Now, you know how I always say consistencies are very important? And if your pillow is too thin, and if your pore medium is too thin, if everything's too thin, you get melty cells. But what happens if your stuff's too thick? Well, today, because I wanted to do the little experiment for you, I used color to go in the white. Now, if you know me, you know in Canada here, because they're different in different places, it's quite thick. And that's why I use my Glidden Essentials Eggshell. So I love their deep base, which I used today, which is, you want to know the name? You'll never know. It's like, it was night something, by the way, sorry. But, oh, there's furniture going on upstairs. My point is, I like the deep base, it's thinner. The white is quite thick for me. But what happens when your pillow is too thick? And what happens when your pouring medium is too thick? Because some of these colors have been sitting out for a while. Well, you get a lot more flocculation and you get faded colors. Now, some people don't mind that. Sometimes you see that if people blow with their hairdryer really hard and fast and push it too far, you get the white pillow coming up and it like kind of stretches out the color so it looks dusty or whatever. And that's like a vibe that if you like that, it's not bad, but you just have to know what you're doing and what it looks like. So if you don't feel like that vibe, you know how to fix it. So what you'll see today is, if I'm correct, which is if you have a thick pillow and thick colors, and if you because when you have a thick pillow, you have to blow much harder to get the paint. Whereas if your pillow is thin, sorry for all the noise, it just flows over the side and you're not stretching your color. So those are all very good experiments, and I'll be doing the voiceover, and then I'll be back to my regular scheduling. I just finished our Passover Seders. I was working for like a week straight making everything. It was very delightful, and now it's the long weekend and we're going to Niagara Falls. Mo has not let me forget that he is running that from the last video, no, a couple of videos ago, where, you know, you name his favorite piggy. So we're going to put all your names in the hat and pick winners when I get back from my quick little vacation. So let me know which one you like better, by the way. And I love you guys. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is Sherwin-Williams Dark Night. Excuse me. It's a really pretty color. I don't use it enough, actually. It's very kind of greeny, but of course I'm just using it now and you're not really going to see that much of it. I guess this is going to be a pretty boring video because I'm just like moving slowly, but okay. That color, to be honest with you, I don't know what it is. I think it's something I made. Could it be that blue ice that I made? Anyways, I know that's TLP Hustle. No, it's not. It's this video is going well. That's TLP Deja Vu, okay? Really nice. That is definitely Amsterdam Prussian Blue. That is TLP Pinwheel, so it looks pink, but over some dark colors, it's going to have like a blue shade to it, which is really cool. That's Amsterdam Blue Violet. And I believe that's my white cell activator. So it's interesting to see first of all, my paints were really thick. You can see, yeah, it was hard for me to blow out. Like you can see when they're too thick, they get stuck like that. So that's a good indication if you're, and then you blow into the pillow. So if your paints aren't moving, they're too thick. And to be honest, I knew that they were too thick, but I was just kind of playing around and a bit too lazy to thin them out. And I wasn't sure, I didn't like what was going on. And I said, you know what, I'll spin it. Maybe something magical will happen when I spin it. But there was way too much pillow because my pouring medium was too thick and I was blowing hard. I don't think I was really into the lacing that was happening. So I do eventually, I don't want to ruin the spoiler, but I do see, I'm looking at it, I'm looking in the light and I'm saying to myself, do I even see any color? Is this worth it? And I'm thinking, this is real time of me thinking, is it a keeper or a trasher? Let's see. Oh, I made a pretty quick decision. That's a trasher. I didn't even do a close-up because it wasn't worth it. So this one, I believe I do the exact same thing, but with my Payne's Gray Cell Activator. By the way, you'll notice I'm not even putting the music in the background. Last time I did a voiceover, some of you said don't even put music in the background. But do you know what that means? That means I have to talk the entire time. So I guess I'll try to fill the void. Then you guys will say, please put the music back so you don't have to talk. Just kidding. So what you'll notice right away when I blow out is the dark cell activator makes more cells rather than lacing. So light colors, and it's not just titanium white, by the way. When you use any light color for your cell activator, for instance, like if you use a teal or stuff like that, you'll get more lacing and lines rather than round cells. Let's see how this blowout goes. Yeah, see, like I never, see, it gets stuck. I never struggle to blow over a 4-incher, but that's a very good indication. But regardless, right away, you can see that the cell structure is more of a bubble rather than lacing. So I just wait a bit. Now, also, by the way, the amount of time that you wait before spinning really depends on how things are looking. I tend to wait a few seconds for the cells to kind of sink a bit so I don't have too many thick lines. So that one I still do have thick lines, but also, again, like I'm kind of just impatient at this point, so I'm still spinning. If I left it a little bit, it would have sunk some more, but sometimes they just don't sink. So I'm looking at it and I say to myself, I think I like that one. And by the way, what I just did was I wiped off some paint, because if you have too much paint building up underneath on your spinner, it will spin right off. So it's good to have a bit of paint, but not filled with paint. So this is the final. See, it's kind of cute. Like you see that dark night underneath. You see that blue from the pinwheel, which is really pretty. So yeah, that's number one. So that is Dark Pillow Dark Cell Activator. Now, this pillow, as I mentioned, is very thick. So you can imagine what's going to happen with a very thick pillow and very thick paints. You can see like the trace on my paints, or like the mounds are going pretty big. And again, it's fine, but you have to know what you're doing and why you're doing it. You know what I mean? So you'll see the difference of the coverage of color. You'll see the color kind of breaking up more. So that's why I always say it's really important to have the perfect consistency if you want whatever you think your perfect bloom is. Honestly, everybody has a different description. Why don't you guys tell me, what is your description? That's not the word I want. What is your definition, thank you, of a perfect bloom? I know that I trash a lot of things that I don't think are perfect, and then when I watch them back later, I say, oh, that was pretty, but I guess not perfect. So let's see the blowout. Oh, look, I had to blow really hard. Like blow. Like that is embarrassing. but that's just because my paints are too thick yet again. So I had kind of blue, kind of under. So you'll see in a minute when I spin it out. Now you can see also my cell activator was kind of thick. So I am letting it sink a bit more before I spin it out. Now I was talking about something before I interrupted myself. We'll never know, I guess. Oh, the perfect bloom. So what I was gonna say was like, do you know what? I don't mind if you see the bottom left, before I spun it out, like the white pillow is coming up through the color. And sometimes it looks kind of like watercolor. Like they look pretty. Sometimes they look too blown out. If you want concentrated color, then you want the perfect consistency. For this is everything is way too thick, but yet you get these cute outlines of color with the pillow underneath. On bigger pieces though, it doesn't look as good, to be honest, but look at that. I mean, that's not so bad. And you can see the difference of the colors popping up with a white pillow versus a dark pillow. So this one is light pillow. I don't remember what it is, to be honest. It must be a light pillow with a dark cell activator. Yes, that's what it is. So I'm very curious to see your opinion on which one you like better. By the way, I was telling you about my description of a perfect bloom would be intense color. Now this is just of the bloom. I don't actually like to do blooms this way, but it would be intense color, multicolor, I guess peacock cells within perfect cells. So for me, a perfect bloom most likely would be with a dark cell activator, because white cell activator is harder to get perfect cells. However, some of my favorite pieces don't have any of those things, and it really is the eye of the beholder. Composition's really important, you know what I mean? So, and as you know, I am hard on my blooms. But I think that's a probably interesting thing to think about, what you guys think for you is the perfect bloom, and then maybe be less hard on yourself. Okay, so you see me blowing out. How's it going? Yep, still, oh, that made me so mad. I can't, for me, that's a fail. Like, oh, there she goes again. And that's because, again, the paints are so thick, they're not moving. So I personally definitely I don't like when the pillow comes up. Even if it's pretty, it just bothers me. You know what I mean? But maybe I'll have to ease up on myself. So you'll see that it's definitely a different look with a darker cell activator compared to a white cell activator. I'm very curious to know which one you like better. The dark on dark was pretty dark, but very moody. The white on white was not so shabby. Like, she was cute and pretty and spring-like. And you know what? I think the dark on the white is like kind of half moody. And if I didn't blow into the pillow, it probably would have been more moodier. So that's my fault. So in a minute, I'm going to show you the close-up of all three. I hope you guys liked this voiceover. Like I said, I know you don't really like them. And to be honest, I don't really like them. But I wanted to give you guys this lesson. It's kind of pretty. So here they are, the dark on dark. I thought these were like really good lessons to share. So that's why I shared this voiceover. Like this video, share this video, subscribe. I love you. Let me know what you think. Bye guys. Love you.